guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a new video. I'm gonna create this eye look for you guys using the new Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. Actually didn't think I would buy this palette, but I got it. I had hauled this in my previous video, so I'll put the link to that video in the description below so you can check it out. I'll give you all the swatches of all the eyeshadows, so we will see how it will perform on my eyes as well as on my lids. So we will see that whether it is actually buttery, it is gonna have powdery consistency, whatever is that, we will see. I don't think there will be any problem with this palette because her matte shadows are really great. I love her formulas. Eyeshadow formulas are really great, so I love that about her palettes, and they are so damn buttery because the nude palettes, the mini nude palettes, were damn buttery. I can't even explain it to you guys. So yeah guys, if you're interested in this eye look, keep watching. And yeah guys, before starting the video, please pause the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a video. And if you like the video, please give a thumbs up, share it with your family and friends. Please follow me on Instagram as well. The link is there in the description below, so just click there and it will take you to my Instagram page. Follow me there because I am doing a lot of tutorials there also with new products. So yeah guys, without wasting time, let's just dive in the video. Now going on to the palette. Now firstly I'll tell you a few things about the palette, what it is about, and then I'll give you all the swatches, and then we'll get into the palette review. I'm gonna do an eye look using this palette because obviously it is a really good palette. It is beautiful. So I'll quickly tell you about the palette. I'll show you the palette first, and then I'll quickly tell you about what are the formulas, and then we'll do the swatches. So this is the palette, and the palette sleeve also has iridescent colors, if you can see. Going on to the palette, this is what the palette looks. It is a very pretty palette, and I love this kind of plastic packaging. I think in my last haul video I gave you the cost of the palette wrong. I don't know where did I see that this palette is for $72. It is not for $72. This palette is for $67. Her earlier big palettes were for $65. This is for $67. I think because this is the different packaging, the plastic packaging as same as the neon palettes and the new nude obsessions mini palette. So I don't know, I kind of love this plastic packaging, but this is really pretty. I hope she continues doing this plastic packaging, the outer packaging, like this plastic one. I really like it. This is the eyeshadow shades. I love it that it has a huge mirror, and the mirror is really good. It is not bad at all. You can actually do your eye look with this mirror itself. You don't need a separate mirror. And this is what the eyeshadow looks. It has 18 shades. You can actually separate them in two parts. These 9 shadows can be used to do one look. These 9 shadows can be used to do other looks, and it is not that you can only do 2 looks in it. You can do a million eye looks with it, but I'm just saying if you want to divide it into 2 parts, this can be one, and these 9 shadows can be separated in 2 parts. The mattes in the Nude Obsessions palette were really great. They were so buttery. I can't even explain how buttery it was. I think that was her best matte shades till now. I was actually very happy with the formula of the matte shades, and it blended like a dream. There was no problem at all while blending the eyeshadow. The matte shades, the shimmer shades are beautiful, and I love to use her metallic and shimmer shades with my fingers because I think they give you the intense pigmentation rather than just using a brush. I'm very sure if you wet your brush with MAC Fix Plus or any other setting spray, the shimmer shades will give you that intense pigmentation, but I think your fingers give you the exact pigmentation how it looks in the pan, because sometimes the brush doesn't give you the exact color payoff as rather than your fingers. So you just want to define the cut, crease or inner corners, that time I use the brush, but I actually use my fingers to do. Now I'll just quickly tell you a few things about the palette. So firstly, it is for $67 and not $72. It is for $67, and in Sephora UAE it is for $278. And this palette has 18 shades. It says that this palette will take you to infinity and beyond with 18 incredible galactic inspired colors and textures to deliver infinite possibilities. That's actually beautiful, and I love the color theme of this palette. I'm not saying that these shades are not available in any other brand, any other palettes, but this is very pretty. I don't have any such colors. Actually, I don't have the shimmer shades as such. So they are carefully curated palette, and it is very easy to blend from dusty coppers, rosy pinks, golden taupe tones with pop of purple and blue color, and it features a cosmic blend of whimsical fantasy like shades, balancing cool and warm tones to complement the best of the intergalactic world. So it has both warm and cool tones, which I love, and mostly actually I love cool tones. It looks really pretty, and the grays, the blues looks really good. And it has 9 buttery mattes, honestly they are buttery, and 6 high shine creamy metallics, and it has electrifying pearls. The metallic shades has electrifying pearls, and it has 1 glitter powder with glass pearls and silver sparkles, and 2 sheer multi-reflective shadows for a multi-dimensional glow. She always has eyeshadows which are not intensely pigmented. They are kind of topper eyeshadows, which I love because you can use that topper shades on top of matte shades. I think the shade Nebula is the glitter shade. So now quickly I'll give you all the swatches. First is the shade Cosmic. So this is the shade Cosmic. Then we have the shade Utopia. This is a matte shade and it is so buttery. It is a very nice peachy shade. Then we have the shade Ultraviolet. I think this is the sheer shade. Yeah, it is a nice sheer shade, and if you can see, it is actually looking blue, but in the palette it is purple. So I think it has two-dimensional, yeah, it says it is two-dimensional, so it has 2 shades, blue and purple, and it looks really pretty. Then we have the shade Nebula. This is the glitter shade. It's so reflective. I actually want to use this one on my eyes today. Then we have the shade Mercury. I think even this one is the sheer two-dimensional shade. Oh my god, that is so beautiful. It is blue, but I think it has a lot of blacks also to it. Then we have the matte shade again, Haze. This is a very pretty minty blue color. Then we have the shade Off Balance, which is again a matte shade. This is a very beautiful mauvey color. Then we have the shade Galaxy. This is the metallic shade, a very gorgeous pale rose gold. Then we have the matte shade Libra. This is more of a light purplish shade. Then we have the shade Crash. That was buttery, very pretty nude shade. Then we have the shade Momentum. This is also a matte shade. Then we have the shade Super Moon, which is beautiful. I don't know whether this one is the metallic shade or the two-dimensional shade. I think this might be. Then we have the shade Vortex, which is a very dark purple shade. That is damn good. The shade Vortex is the darkest shade in the palette. Then we have the shade Hot Mess. Then we have the shade Supernova. This is also a two-tone shade, because if you see it from the far, it looks more of a copperish color, but when I'm swatching it and when I see it in the pan, it looks more of a pinkish purplish color, this color. So they are weird. She comes out with weird two-tone colors. Then we have the shade Karma, which is a very beautiful nude shade. Then we have the shade Gold Glitch. This is a very beautiful classic gold color, not the yellowish kind. You can see how metallic that is. Then lastly we have the shade Frazzled. Honestly, I don't know what these names are all about. That is also weird. I don't know whether in my camera it is looking weird, but they are weird. So these are these swatches. This can be a cool pic for Instagram actually. I'll just lower the lights so you can see the shadows. And I think I'm gonna keep this because I want to do a cool Insta picture with it. You know, it looks cool. I'm actually gonna use full face of Huda Beauty, but I'm not gonna do it now on camera because it will be a very long video. Obviously this eyeshadow look will be a long video because I'm doing in-depth eyeshadow tutorial. Maybe on Insta I will do full face of the base makeup will be of Huda Beauty, so it will be up on my Instagram channel. Not Instagram channel, Instagram page. I'm really sorry guys, but this is how much I can zoom you. I can't do anything more than this. I'm just priming using my Tarte Shape Tape as usual because I really love the pigmentation. You all must have already known till now. I'll start with this shade of Balance and I'll put it in my crease, and then we'll deepen up, and then I want to use a shade Nebula that I've decided already, so we'll go more for a purple and the shade Nebula. So I'll just do 2 or 3 layers. Go with a lighter hand because you can build up the colors, but once you go ham with your eyeshadows you can't go back. So it is better to use a light hand and then blend these shadows, and you can do 2 or 3 steps according to how much ever you like. These are blending really nicely. Now I'm gonna go in this shade Hot Mess and I'm going to put it in my outer corners. I'm not gonna go as high as my crease because I want to put this lighter color in my crease only. And I'm going to just drag the extra till the inner corners. I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and use the first shade again just to blend the 2 colors. Blend your eyeshadows as you are going because it should be blended. It shouldn't look like layers. It should look like you have blended your eyeshadows, and use a very light hand. Now taking the shade Vortex, this dark shade, this is gonna be my palette for today. Now taking the shade Vortex, I'm gonna put this in my outer corners and I'm gonna pat this color in my outer corners. And if you don't set your concealer, and if you use a wet concealer, these shadows will be much more pigmented, but I'm kind of nervous and scared to do that, so I am setting my eyeshadow. Now taking the first shade again, I'm just going to blend the colors, and I'll repeat this step 2 or 3 times more because I want that intense pigmentation of that eyeshadow. Now this is what I'm going for. Now we'll cut our crease and use the shade Nebula. So I'm taking this brush. This is my favorite Wet n Wild brush to cut my crease and even to use metallic shades. I do this, then wherever it stops, that is my reference line to do my cut crease. And do this step very slowly, otherwise you're gonna spoil your look. Now for my lid, now I'm gonna take the Nebula, which is this shade. I'm going to put it on my crease wherever I have put my concealer. I'm gonna take my fingers, and when I want to do the detail, in a corner detail, use the brush. I'm taking the shade Nebula and I'll put on my lid. Can you see how intense that is? That is intense. Now I'm going to take a pencil brush and I'm going to use the shade Hot Mess, and I'm gonna deepen this part. Something like that. Now going on the outer corner, I'm going to use the same shade Vortex, the darkest shade, and I'm again gonna put it in my outer corners. And sorry if I'm looking this side, my mirror is that side. And I'm just going to blend the metallic shade with the matte shade. Using the first brush again and using the first shade again, just blend the shades. This is what we are going for. I will just use a little bit more of the shade Hot Mess, the medium purple shade, and I'll put this here because I kind of want purpley tone. For my eyebrow highlight, I think I am going to use the shade Supermoon. Just that much. So this is what we are going for. Now quickly I'll do my rest of the face, and then we'll do our lower lash line and we'll be done. So guys, I have done the rest of my face. I even have applied eyelashes. I use the Huda Beauty lashes in the style Olivia. So now quickly we'll do our lower lash line. For lower lash line, same, we will go with the darker shade very close to the lash line because I would like a smoky look, and then we will blend it with a lighter shade, and then we'll put a shimmer shade in the inner corners. So this is how we are going for the lower lash line. Now quickly we'll do a waterline. This is the LA Girl gel liner. It is in the shade Paradise Purple. I think for inner corners I'm going to use this shade Supermoon, which I had used to highlight my brow bone. Such a beautiful color. That is really very beautiful. Now actually we are done with our eyes. Now quickly we'll just apply a lipstick, and then I'll give you my final thoughts about the palette. Honestly, I don't have any purple kind of lipstick, so I have these two. One I have from Bobbi Brown, rich lip color in the shade Electric Violet. So this is one shade. I think this might go, and then I'll top it up with this Too Faced Melted Latex. Honestly, these Essence lip liners are great. They are so cheap, they are so affordable, and they are so creamy. You don't actually need any high-end lip liner, because I'm not such a big lip liner person. I don't collect a lot of lip liners, but these are really great. And I think I have maybe 10 or 15 lip liners only, and that too majority is from Essence. Actually, this is not as purple as I wanted it to be, but I don't have any other option actually. And I don't want to do nude lips for every eye look. I know it looks really good, but sometimes I want my looks to be bold. I think this deepened up my lips a bit. Now yeah guys, I'll just quickly do my hair and I'll wear some accessories and I'll be right back, and then I'll give you my final opinion about this eyeshadow palette. So yeah guys, this is the final look. Now going on to the palette. Honestly, I love this palette because there is nothing wrong about the palette. If there is, I am surely gonna tell you, but can you see these swatches? They are good. If you don't have similar type of eyeshadow, and if you are looking for a palette which has both cool tones and warm tones, this is really good because the metallics are so good. Can you see the inner corner? It is so brightening, so beautiful, so metallic. And can you see this eyeshadow? Really, it's so beautiful. There is actually nothing wrong about this palette. I think it is really worth. But if you have similar type of eyeshadow palette, you don't need to buy it. You don't need to buy similar type of eyeshadow palettes 10,000 times if you have similar palettes like this. But if you want to try her palettes, I think this is really good. I don't have any problem with any of her eyeshadow palettes. I really love it. They are really good. These swatches are so good. Sometimes it's like these swatches are good and they don't perform well on the eyes, but this is not the case. It performed absolutely great on my eyelids. There was no problem in blending my eyeshadows. You could have seen in the video it was blending so beautifully, so I actually don't have the problem. So guys, this was my review for the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. If you like the video, please give a thumbs up and share it with your family and friends. Let me know in the comments below what kind of videos you want to see more on my channel. I'm gonna do a full face of Huda Beauty in near future because I want to do a series about that, creating full face of each brands. And I don't have every product of each brand, but I will collect as time goes, and I will do full face of one brand tutorial. So yeah guys, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.